Hi everybody, it's Cindy with Create with Cindy's Creations. Happy day to you, whatever day that you're watching this tutorial. Just want to inspire you to do some creating. Your creative juices going. You can always look on Pinterest. I mean, you can watch other creators. Don't copy them, any of what they're doing, but you can make it your own. Like do a spin on it and do something else with what they used maybe, or something like that. Right now I have this piece of wood. So what else? Looks like it's a piece of off of a tree limb. I don't know. I find all these things in my closet, so I apologize for not knowing where it came from. But I've seen these at Michael's, so it could have been there. We're gonna add a little cute design on here, and then we're going to put a design on it. But let's first take this background, and instead of leaving it this color, we're going to use the stencil. It just has some little swirlies, kind of like flowers or whatever on there. And I'm just going to go around it with my ink, which is the archival ink. I know I use this a lot, but I really like the color. So we're just going to go around the edges a little bit because this doesn't cover the whole thing. So let's add some of this on here. And this works really well. You could use paint if you had paint. I'm just going to use my ink. I think it's going to work just fine. So here, let me show you. See how that works? So I'm really going on the edges of it because, like I said, we don't need the whole thing to be covered. So let's kind of go over here, just a little bit of the edges, just to get a little bit of dimension, different colors. I'm going to add around the sides. I'm just dipping my brush into the ink pad over here. I'm just going to go around the sides of it. So isn't that cool? Kind of a cool design on here. Let's go this backwards again and make sure I can kind of get it so it's, you know, kind of the same on here. Not too much. Like I said, you're not going to see it really. Just some of the edges you'll see. So let's put this over here. I think that'll work like that. We just want to add a little bit of color around the edges of it for what we're putting on here. So I think that'll work. So I have that. You cover my ink pad up, and you want to store these upside down. If you use any kind of inks like Ranger ink, this is a distressed archival ink by Ranger. If you get these, make sure you're storing them upside down. That way the ink will stay at the top part of your pad. Just a little information. We're going to use this sunflower, and there's a bee on here. I think that's really cute. It already has a dotted around the sides of it. And we're just going to add it to here. Let's see, which way do we want to have it? I can't remember how we were doing that. I think it was this way. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's make that the bottom. Hey, I think I changed my mind. So let's go ahead and put this on here. Like I said, it doesn't cover the whole thing, but at least we have some of it covered. I am going to kind of tear a little bit here on the bottom so it's not hanging off. And all you do is just take your fingers and just tear the paper. Tear it off on the bottom just to make that. And if you want the sides, you can do the sides too. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to do a little bit of the sides just so they're not perfectly straight. I think it gives it a lot more detail to do that. There we go. Let's do that. Let's get this side real quick. And if we want these to be dark again, all we have to do is take our little brush here and our ink and go over it again. Now I will seal this after it's dried on my paper, my backing. So let's leave it kind of like that. I think I had it the wrong way. Yeah, let's do it like that. I think it's good. Well, it looks like this side needs to come up a little bit more. I'm just trying to make it fit on my surface a little better. Over here, I'm just looking at it and kind of eyeballing it where it needs to go, because I don't want to cover up the whole bark. I guess it's bark, you know, around the sides. So we're just going to keep cutting it a little bit, or tearing it some more. That looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to take your decoupage medium of your choice. I always use, most of the time, this Pink by Pink Couture. So let's get this on here, and we'll Mod Podge this on. Now this is wood. I don't know how it's going to soak up on here. I mean, we may need to put more on, I'm not sure. But I don't think I'm ironing it tonight. Let's just go ahead and put this on here. Well, I think it added to the effect of this, putting these other stencil on here with the color. So let's get this on here. I think it's going to be cute. I'm trying to get it on here so it's I need to go over on this side a little bit more with some of my glue. And it may go over it a little bit, and that's okay. I'm just going to add some more. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing without having anything in the way. I just got some on my fingers, so let's use this and wipe it off. You need to put some more down here. I'm just going to add to it. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I think my lighting is off or something. It looks dark in there, but it really isn't. So let's dry it a little bit, and I can put a little bit more of the ink on here, and that will help make it a little. You can also take and paint the back of your print that you're using, like in a white or something, and you can make it a little brighter. So that would work on here. Okay. Let's get that on here. I don't know how much more I want to add, but I do want to add a little bit more darker, actually, on the paper itself. So to kind of bring out the color of the paper against the wood. Is this something that you'll try? I hope so. I think it's pretty cute. Okay, so we have this on here. It's kind of dark, but I like it. Now these are my finger bows that I make. Really pretty simple to do. I think we're going to add that kind of over here at the side. Have it on here like that. Like I said, and you can twist these up however you want to do them. And then we have the bee into the sunflower. So let's add this to it. I think it really adds to the whole how looks of it. My button is white, and then I make it a little brighter too by adding a button in the middle. And these bows are very, very easy to make. I'll try to come back with a tutorial on how to do that. So now you just have a little tray. Now I have this little stand. It's actually a phone stand, but we can set that in there. And now you have a little shelf sitter. Put it on an easel for your home, just to kind of show you. I think it turned out pretty cute. Thank you for watching. Give me a like and a follow if you're not already following my page. come back for some more inspiration. And any questions on what I used, how I did it, leave me a comment and I'll be happy to get back with you. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Create with Cindy's Creations. Bye-bye.